What's up, guys? I'm Tim. This is New Craft Workshop, and we are, well, again, like these last couple of videos I've done when I'm showing you guys steals and deals, it's Mrs. New Craft's Workshop. But today we are going to look at what's on sale at Amazon, and I'm going to pop this up because I found some really good deals. But don't worry, next month, November, I've already got the email. There are some awesome pre-Black Friday and Black Friday deals coming up next month. So we are going to be heavy next month on showing you guys everything that is going to be available to save yourself some money out in your shop. Now, today we're going to look at about, I don't know, 10 or 12 items that I found scrolling around this morning. And right here on the screen before we get into this, you'll see this is my Amazon storefront. I'll pop a link down there. And I've kind of got some categories here to help you guys out. This is stuff I use out in my shop on a daily basis. And if you're new to woodworking, this little category right here, this beginners section, I got about 20 items in there that I think are essential for you if you are brand new to woodworking. So let's get this thing started today with this first item. Now, this is this self-centering dowel jig. And if you do anything with dowels, tools like this are going to be invaluable. $39.95 for this one. And I try my best to do this right here. 4.6 stars, 233 reviews. I try my best to not give you guys stuff that is low rated nor has a lot of reviews. So 4.6, 233 reviews. It's $39.95. Coupon brings it down to $37.95. Now, if we head over for a comparison, this is the cheapest thing I could find at Rockler or at Woodcraft. $70. It's going to do the exact same thing. $70 versus $40, actually with coupon $38. You're saving $32 over the specialty stores. Does what it's supposed to do. It self-centers, allows you to drill multiple size holes for your dowels. This thing is invaluable if you're trying to strengthen up those joints. So let's get on to this next item. I've shown you guys before some hand saws, some pool saws, stuff like this. This is an awesome price. Now, this is a very small saw. I'm not going to lie. This thing is 6-inch blade length. 17 teeth on one side, 11 teeth on the other. This is going to be great for if you're drilling out your dowel holes with the previous item, you want to trim those dowels. A small little pull saw like this is phenomenal. $5.99. Closest thing over here at Woodcraft, $39.99. That's correct. And I checked Rockler as well. This is a little bit longer. I think this is a 6.5 inch or a 7-inch blade. And the tooth count on this is a little bit different. I always try to be extremely transparent with you guys. This is 9 on one side, 19 on the other, and it is a 7-inch length. For what I use my small pool saw for, $39.99 versus $6. Save yourself some money. This is a cool little saw to have out in your shop. $6 will introduce you to a Japanese pool saw, and if you don't have one, you're going to wish you would have always had one out in your shop, I promise. All right, next let's look at these. I showed you these guys about, I don't know, 2 weeks ago. The reason they're up today is check out the price. They were like $47, $48 the last time I showed. They're 29% off. They're down to $38 for 4 pieces, which puts you less than $10 a clamp. These are self-adjusting. The closest thing available at Woodcraft and Rockler, both are going to be made by Bessie. Over here at Woodcraft, they're $31 each. And then at Rockler, they're a little bit cheaper. They're $26 a piece. But even at Rockler, you're going to pay $104 or $108 or something like that. For 4 of these, Amazon, $38.98. Solid metal construction, self-adjusting. You can do 2 different size material in each one of these clamps. Hopefully this photo right here, one of these pictures, of course, now that I'm looking for it, it's not going to show, but it does swivel. You can do 1/2 inch on one side, 1.5 inches on the other if you're for some reason needing to do a joint with that type of thickness materials on either side. But these are great clamps. I use them all the time. Less than $10 a piece, on sale right now. Grab them. Next item. Haven't shown you anything like this before in the past. Digital calipers. This is stainless steel. $21. Now, 9,000 reviews. It's rated 4.6. So I'm going to tell you that the accuracy is there, and it is a stainless steel frame and body, which means it's going to last out in your shop. $21. Cheapest thing I could find over at Woodcraft that's anywhere close is going to be made by Wixie. 60 bucks. Savings between that and this is about 66%. $21 versus 60, yeah, it's 40 bucks off. That's like a 66% savings. So Caliper, if you're in need or if you've never had a set out in your shop, these things come in extremely handy, especially when you are trying to find some widths of your dados and you want them to be spot on to hold that plywood in place. Calipers, way to go. Next item. All right, Amana. I love Amana. Right here, their countersink is one of my favorite little tools that I use out in my shop. The depth of the pilot bit is adjustable. The depth of the countersink is adjustable, and it has this little rotating piece here that keeps you from, number one, going too deep when you're drilling your countersinks, but it also spins and rotates so that when you hit that depth, you're not burning up your wood. All of these different sizes are available from Amana, $42 to $44, and this one's $47. Back over at Amazon, this is a comparable. This has a depth stop adjustability for your bit as well as for the countersink, and it also has on the side of it, you can see these markings. There's an actual marking there that allows you to precisely adjust this depth, and it's $15.76. This is 46% off the normal price, and you're getting multiple bits here. You're getting multiple drill bits, multiple countersinks, and this is very comparable to the Amana. And again, the Amana is $43. So savings on this, again, is about 60%. All right, next item. We got to throw some Jorgensen clamps in here, and I tried to find these elsewhere. Lowe's is usually cheaper on Jorgensen clamps, but they do not sell these ratcheting clamps. And I actually got a couple sets of these for my birthday last week. And these are my new favorite clamps out in my shop. Super easy to adjust. You crank them down, they ratchet into place, and the trigger, the release trigger is extremely easy to push as well. 600-pound load limit. You're getting two of these, 12-inch, $34. This is a really good price on these clamps. And again, I don't think Lowe's has these. I found these online at one other specialty woodworking store that I don't usually recommend nor refer to on my channel, but they were $39.99, so about $5 cheaper than you're going to find them elsewhere. And sticking with Jorgensen, I got to throw these spring-loaded corner clamps in here because we popped these up once before when they were on sale, and at the time you could actually get them for $11.99. And the reason I'm showing them to you today is $14 is still a great price, and here's why. Because when we compare them to even the Amazon knockoff brand, Weetolls or whatever, however you say this right here, they're $14.99. You got a coupon, brings them down to $14.25. So you're going to pay $14.25 for a knockoff or $14 for actual Pony Jorgensen clamps. I think you're getting a better product. The spring is your main component that you need to think of when you are looking at clamps, and Pony Jorgensen is known for really good quality stuff. So corner clamps, 14 bucks, good steal. Next item. All right, I love PowerTech. If you watched my channel before, PowerTech is underrated. I think PowerTech and Milescraft both are underrated, and band clamps come in extremely handy when you're doing some large mitered glue ups. Anything that's mitered, we all know it's kind of tough to clamp those corners. So band clamps are the way to go. And this thing is $12.78. And again, you know that I love Pony Jorgensen here. I talk about them all the time. But look at this. Pony Jorgensen band clamp is $34. I mean, it's 33 and some change. Let's just call it 34 for easy math. 13. I mean, it's a savings of $21. You can get two of these PowerTech clamps for cheaper than you can get the Pony Jorgensen for one piece, and it's going to do exactly the same thing. Now, the Pony Jorgensen is rated at 1,000 pound, which we all know that's way overkill for woodworking. I could not find anywhere on this what their rating on this is, but trust me, you're holding together mitered corners. It's going to be more than enough strength to hold those together, and PowerTech, again, is highly underrated. All right, next item. Circle cutting jig for your router. Now, this particular brand right here, Coupon $1.25 off. That brings this thing down to like $23 and some change. This particular unit will do a 15 inch radius, which if we do some math in our heads, that's a 30-degree diameter. They have a large size. The large size is going to go up to 58 inches. So if you're making a round tabletop or something, this is the way to go. $36 versus what we're going to pay over at Woodcraft. Now, Woodcraft has Milescraft and Jasper. Again, I liked Milescraft, but if you look at their large, it's $56. The large one here on Amazon is $36 minus the coupon brings it down to $34. Now, this fits most of your common routers. It's going to fit Bosch and DeWalt. Most everything that you probably would have out in your shop, this is going to be compatible with it. $36 versus $56. I mean, it's $20 cheaper. You're cutting circles. This is a nice jig. It's also made out of aluminum, which is extremely nice. Red anodized, kind of copying the woodpecker stuff. A lot of these tools on Amazon are, but makes it easy to read. It's red with white writing, and again, it goes the large one up to 58-inch diameter, and the small one goes up to 30. So these are good products. All right, Milescraft, again, underrated in my opinion. I use a lot of Milescraft out of my shop. Now, they do these cookies that are similar to what you're going to get over at Rockler, but the reason they're on here is they do exactly what they're supposed to do. When they're laying on their side, they grip your material while you're sanding, running your trim router over the edges, whatever. But the great thing about this particular brand of cookie is that built in are these triangles, these points up when you set them in the triangle position. In the vertical position, you're going to be able to stain your wood, spray on your poly, paint, whatever, with the built-in little dimple at the top. Now, if we look at this price, $10, head over here and look at the Rockler bench cookies. They're $18 for a 4-pack. If you want to be able to have the little raised portion to do your staining and painting, you're going to have to buy these finishing cones. They're on sale right now for $8. So 8 plus 18 is $26. The Milescraft is $10. It's about a 60% savings to go with Milescraft. And if you've never tried anything by Milescraft, I promise you'll be pleasantly surprised. They are a good product, and the price can't be beat. A couple more items and we're done. Something else I haven't shown you guys before, a moisture meter. I buy a lot of my material from an actual lumber distributor here in Houston. I do buy a lot from the big box stores, but I also buy from a lumber distributor, and you always need to check your moisture content prior to milling up your material. $27.99 minus a coupon puts you at $22.99. $23 for easy math. This is a probeless, which means that we don't have to probe our material, and we all know that probing our material is not fun. But now these are pinless. You don't have to poke into the wood. It's got a sensor where you just kind of lay this on there. And over at specialty stores like Woodcraft, this is General Tools is going to be the cheapest thing they have, $25. It is pinned. You do have to probe your material. They have another model for $62, but if you want something that's pinless that you can just lay on the surface and get a reading on, the cheapest thing Woodcraft offers is right here, $120. Compare that to $25 over at Amazon. And again, check this out, 4.5 out of 5 stars, 632 reviews. Product works. It does exactly what it's supposed to at a fraction of the cost of what you're going to pay at the specialty stores. All right, couple more items. I have left Minwax, and I have gone over to this right here, this citrus shield. That's tough to say. From Howard, $12.98. This is a great paste wax. I run this on the top of my table saw occasionally, keep it nice and smooth and easy running with all of my jigs and stuff. Same exact thing over at Woodcraft is $15.99. It's $12.99 over at Amazon. $3 savings for the exact same product. Look at this, 4.6 stars, 1,400 reviews. Great paste wax. Save yourself some money by picking it up over at Amazon. All right, last item, casters. I have shown you guys these casters before, but look, right now, 23% off. $26.99 gets you 4 4-inch polyurethane casters. Each one of them swivel, each one of them lock in place. Comes with screws to mount two different ways. It comes with threaded screws for mounting in metal, and your coarse wood screws to mount it in your mobile carts or whatever you're building. But $26.99 for 4 of these. They're smooth, they're quiet. I've got them on my router cart as well as my planer cart. And why are they here? Because Rockler, the exact same wheel, is $25 each. So for 4 of these over at Rockler, you are going to pay $100 versus $26.99. That's a savings of like 73% for the same exact casters. So down in the description below, you'll find links to all of the items that we just talked about. You're going to find links to our Amazon storefront as well as our Facebook group. Appreciate you clicking on all that stuff, doing some shopping, looking around. Tell me what you find, what you like, what you don't like. Let me know. Don't forget, next month is November, which means there are going to be a ton of sales on Amazon and Lowe's. So I will be popping out, and Home Depot as well, probably. I haven't got the email from them yet, but I've already got the Amazon email and the Lowe's email, and there's some awesome stuff coming in November that's going to be extremely well priced. I'm going to pop up at least 3 Amazon videos next month for you guys, and they'll be ready to roll like when you wake up on Black Friday morning for sure. So that's all I got for you today. Click. Use this stuff, save yourself some money, thank me later. So I'll catch you guys on YouTube.